House. A trainer and a horse crippled by injuries 18 months ago made a remarkable comeback to the winner's circle at Flemington today. Predominant, who had a major fetlock operation last year, and trainer Kath Johnson, a multiple sclerosis sufferer, combined for a fairy tale win.
Predominant, a former promising horse, started at 93 to 1 on the tote. The 5-year-old provided an all-female success for jockey Beverly Buckingham and trainer Kath Johnson.
Predominant took the lead from Foxwise and then Sungi Wong, and Predominant shoots away. Predominant wins at 2.5 lengths to Foxwise. Our Watchman got third.
Predominant faced the prospect of never racing again after breaking down 18 months ago. A major operation on a fetlock kept him off the track until March this year. At the same time, Kath Johnson had lost the use of both legs through the crippling disease multiple sclerosis. But both horse and trainer fought their way back.
Yeah, I was out of action for about 12 months. I suffered from multiple sclerosis and I lost the use of my legs, but with a lot of help from friends and a lot of determination, I got myself back, and we've got the horse back as well, so it's a double for both of us today.
And well done to Kath, that horse owned by Bert and Patty Newton. Quadrella 3835, $12,174. The Quad Extra, 1135 and 2, $111,551 for 50 cents. It must be some sort of a record. 11 and 5, $571.30 the daily double, and the extra double, $25.25 for 2 and 3. Well, speaking of comebacks, Canberra's Neil Stevens made one today when he scored a stunning win in the Australian King of the Mountain Cycling Classic in northeastern Victoria. Just 4 months ago, Stevens suffered serious injuries in a crash in Europe, but today he was back on top of Buffalo and on top of the world.
There can be no question that it takes a special breed of athlete to compete in the King of the Mountain. At 8 o'clock this morning, Wangaratta's temperature hovers just above freezing. But while the cold will be a factor, more so will be the 183 kilometres of unforgiving road, which would rise and fall in much the same way as the hopes of these 89 courageous men. The field experienced the gamut of weather conditions. 1 minute they were charging through fog thick enough to make a Londoner homesick, the next almost being blinded by a blazing sun in a cloudless blue sky. Suddenly the breakaway pack had left the bunch not only in its wake, but very nearly in the next township. Meanwhile, the slippery road was claiming casualties, and you could almost feel the pain they were experiencing. 2 hours into the race, and the main bunch, including favourites Neil Stevens and Omar Palov, is spotting the tearaways 15 minutes. But approaching the heartbreaking climb up to Wonga Gap, the doubts were already setting in for the men at the front.
You're going to blow, surely. You can't go out earlier. Keep going.
Victoria's Jeff Stevenson started the climb an amazing 23 minutes up on the main pack. Only Robert Santagata and a third Victorian, an exhausted Dean McDonald, were within reach. But Palov and Stevens were starting their move. And for a few further back, the icy surface meant they'd arrive at Buffalo on 4 wheels. Stevenson still led at the foot of Mount Buffalo, but as he'd predicted, the lead wasn't enough. Stevens and Agostino Giramondo hauled him in and passed, and soon afterwards Stevens was on the road to glory. After 5 hours, 33 minutes and 17 seconds of torture, Neil Stevens could finally smile. Palov took second spot almost 4 minutes later, while Giramondo overcame a puncture near the finish for third. And what of Stevenson, the man who led for almost 5 hours?
Told you I wouldn't make it, didn't I?
For Stevens, it was his second success in 3 years in Australia's most gruelling one-day event.
I had to just do a series of attacks, and hopefully I was the one that was going to be standing at the finish. We're just going to keep on attacking until someone cracked, and I was lucky enough that those two cracked before I did.
Excellent story there from Peter Donny.